All eyes on the way I vibe when I walk into the room. Wind blows underneath the soles of my brand new pair of shoes. I got the attention, I'm on a mission. No sweat in the way I step, I got a fresh new attitude. And this is my world now. This is my world now.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a shot breakdown of my fitness video shoot with Brick Coffee on the Canon EOS R6. So to start off this video, I just want to start by saying the Canon EOS R6 is a phenomenal camera. It does have a few shortcomings that I'll be talking about in a later video, but overall, I love this camera so much. Like, it really was a breath of fresh air to use, and it got me excited about, it's just like anytime you get something new, it's just like you wanna create something with it. You wanna go out and just test it out. It's like having a new toy. You just wanna, experience it as much as you can, because it's something fresh and something new, and that in itself sparks new ideas and new inspiration. So with that being said, let's get right into it. With the equipment I used for this video was the Canon EOS R, a small rig, custom handheld rig that I put together, along with the Sigma 35 Art and the Tiffin Quarter Pro Mist. So that was a simple setup, just a simple handheld rig setup, no gimbals, no nothing like that. I'm trying to get away from my gimbal. Actually, I haven't used it in quite some time. It's actually up there just collecting dust right now because I'm just falling more and more in love with the handheld look. So the opening scene of this film was a complete accident, honestly. It was just me rolling a take. I was giving Britt some direction, so the camera was kind of just like hanging around, and it ended up looking really fire in the beginning of the video. It fit the tone of the video, and I thought it was a nice way to kind of start off the video. You got context of the location, but it was in like a unique kind of like really raw and organic way that I could never really replicate that again. I could try to get the same movement, but it would never be the exact same as that. So that was the opening scene there. I also noticed, I don't even know if I filmed this first. I may have filmed this first, but I noticed like when I went to get that low angle of Britt in the wide shot, I saw the way that the lights were glowing with that Quarter Pro Mist, and how that depth looked from that contrast between Britt being in shadow pretty much, and then all of the bright lights behind her. And I was like, man, this is a fire shot. It's just like one of those moments, like I wasn't even thinking about it in my mind when I was approaching the shoot, but then in the moment I saw that shot and I was like, I gotta take this shot. So then the next couple of scenes that you see there are just kind of like a montage of the warm-up, so to speak. I had this idea of just doing like a quick high intensity. Britt would say that it's not exactly high intensity at all, but it would be high intensity for me, honestly. So I wanted to do the warm-up scenes and then transition into a little bit greater intensity, and then just have like almost like a crescendo effect where it just keeps building up to, as you saw it towards the end, it ended in more of a fast-paced, high energy exit as she runs off frame. So during these warm-up scenes, I wanted to emphasize the importance of the different stretches. So I wanted to show a lot of different perspectives of those different things. I feel like it's very important to give your audience context in terms of what's happening in the scene. So you want to have the audience feel immersed into it and feel connected to it. So I wanted to do a mix of like wide to medium shots to like some very close-up shots. So I tried to do that variation there, and then essentially give the audience a unique perspective that they wouldn't necessarily have had even if they were there in that moment. Like I really believe in that, like bringing the camera into spaces and closeness to and closeness in certain angles to where the audience, even if they were right there looking at it, they wouldn't necessarily be able to get, so to speak, without it being like obviously like awkward or uncomfortable. And I feel like that really helps to make a very, you know, engaging and entertaining piece of art. So towards the middle of this video, you can see now I've transitioned to mostly backlit scenes to shooting some frontlit stuff. I did this really because I just wanted an alternate perspective, and I wanted to switch up the tone of the film a little bit, brighten it up a little bit. We had some really contrasty stuff in the beginning, so I'm creating contrast within, well, not contrast, but dynamics within the lighting within my film. That way everything is not exactly the same the whole way through. Then you kind of like, if it was that way, you would kind of like lose the effect of it all. So now I've transitioned to that, and as you can see, I have that nice handheld feel with that camera, that pan, that rotating pan all the way around the subject. So I start from behind while she's doing jumping jacks, and I rotate all the way towards the front, and I really love that move because it kind of just increases the momentum of the film, and it adds to that crescendo effect that I was talking about before. I really like the way that movement was placed within the film. Obviously I like it because I put it in there, but I just felt like that helped to add to that build up. And then as you can see, right after that, I switched to a still moment, playing off of what the score was doing, so to speak. And immediately after that, the beat drops, and then from there, I feel like the whole thing just needs to be fast paced, because now you got all the drums in there, you got cymbals going, and the guitars going, so you really gotta like ramp up the video and make it match the score. So this is when I decided to take all of the fast-paced moments that we had. I literally instructed Brick to just think of like a bunch of fast-paced workouts that she could do, and I just filmed all of those from alternate angles. I got as much as I could, as much as I thought of, and then from there I pieced it together into this fast-paced, high-intensity workout montage. There's one part in here that was like probably my second favorite part of the whole thing, and that was those whip pans from the feet up to Britt's face while she was doing those high knees. I was just doing those whip pans back and forth, and I remember while I was doing it, she was like, all right, how long are you gonna make me do this? But I liked the way that shot was working so much, and I wanted to, you know, have that almost like locking, kind of like robotic movement in a way. And when I saw that back and played it back in the edit, I think I ended up adding maybe like some slight motion blur in the move, because I wanted to blur a little bit more. I can't remember exactly what I did there, but I definitely wanted to put emphasis on that move, so I'm pretty sure I did add motion blur to that part. Then after the high points of the film, that climax, so to speak, I wanted it to start to have some sort of resolution. So that's when you can see now I've cut to her. All right, she's finished her workout, she's sweating, she's wiping her sweat, catching her breath, and then she, boom, sprints out of there. And that was like, I felt like that would be a really dope ending to the film. And then that pan up into the dark sky would be a dope place to, like, you know, input a logo or something like that for a brand. That run with the camera, that was not easy whatsoever. We probably did maybe like five or six takes of that run before we could get it right. The main thing that I had to try to keep or be aware of was to hold the camera straight and not let it, like, naturally the weight would want to kind of like angle out like this, and a little bit of angle is okay, but I was like doing it way too much when I first filmed, like when I did the first take. So that was a learning experience there. I never really ran handheld with a camera before that moment, so that was a good little practice right there for me as a camera operator. So yeah guys, I think that's pretty much the breakdown of the video. once again, Britt was a super great sport. Shout out to her for being a part of that, and I hope you guys learned a little bit today. I hope you could take something away from this video and maybe go out and try something and create something that you've gotten inspired by from this video. That would be awesome. If you do, please hit me up, send the videos to me, tag me in them, whatever you want to do. I definitely would love to check that stuff out. I'd love to see what other creators are doing out there. And even if you just have content you want to just say, hey, check this out, send it my way. I definitely would love to see any videos that you have. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. If you like this video, it always helps my channel if you give a video a thumbs up, and subscribe if you want to see more content. I'm going to be pumping out some more content for you guys as best I can. I got another video coming that I actually recorded at this same time, so that's coming. That's going to give you more information on why I sold the Canon R6. And with that being said, see you guys in the next video.